Hello and welcome back to Loren and Amazon Princess. This is part 5. Before I start this one, I'd like to apologise for the audio issues that were plaguing the last few videos. Specifically the fact that the music yo-yoed around in volume so much that half the time I was getting drowned out, which actually you probably weren't that sorry about given the quality of my voice acting, but hey. So I've now whacked it down quite a long way, so I'm just going to record the one video in this session. Check the audio mix, and if it's now running okay, then I'll probably do another couple, possibly a little later this evening, or I might get an early night and try and get a couple done in the morning. So, when we left off, we were busy climbing Mount Chronos, and we just stopped off for a bit of a chin wag. So I think I'd talk to everybody, but let's go around the loop one more time. How is Ramus doing? He's doing fine. There ain't a reason for him not to be. He's over his lost cart, and he wants to help Loren out for sure. Excellent. By the way, I see you two hanging out a lot. Oh, I suspect it's because we're both dwarves and all that. I don't get to talk to a lot of them, honestly. Not many dwarfs in Grimoire? Blast, no. And nobody like anyone who isn't human in Grimoire. People like them when they're just passing through, but not else. That sounds awful. I'm sorry I had to live in that environment. Don't be sorry, because I live just fine. If you know how to change how people think of you, then it's easy peasy. Money. Dora laughed. Yep, money, and lots of it. Hey, I think I'm getting back into the swing of this already. Right. I think you should apologise to Draco more thoroughly. The wizard straightened his pose, but took another moment before speaking. I could have very well been right about him. Everything about him tied directly to being a spy for the elves. I was not wrong to act on my inclinations. You saw what you wanted to see. Your feelings towards the elves may have blinded you. Eleanor swallowed and looked into his eyes, challenging him with her mere existence. Alphysma was quiet for a long time. The matter is over, and there is nothing to be had from discussing it further. Eleanor sighed and retreated. That guy's kind of a dick. I have to know something. Why did you follow Loren and me to Grimoire after we saved you? Follow you? Follow, she says. Follow indeed. Okay, yes, I followed. And? You were an elf, heading to the biggest empire city. You didn't stand a chance. You were worried about us. Why didn't you just warn us? Hey, you didn't want me around, remember? I'm sure you could have at least mentioned it without earning Loren's complete wrath. That's not all. Anyway, I liked you guys. You didn't... Well, you knew I was part elf and you didn't care. I don't understand. Is that very peculiar? Oh yeah, definitely. Usually I'm boxed around or dragged to jail. What? Why? Did you or did you not see what your old archwizard did to me when he found out I was part elf? Right. Yeah, but when I'm with you guys, I don't really fear all that stuff. Just don't leave me alone with Alphysma. Please? Eleanor wondered just how bad his experiences had been with people, that Loren's actions towards him seemed welcoming. Excellent question. Does your axe have a name? Why do folks keep asking me that? Blasted thing ain't got a name, it's a hunk of metal. Some people cherish their favourite weapons, since you've both seen hard times. Perhaps even just for luck. I get why folks name them. Do you think I should? Ah! It's not even whole. The gem here fell out a long time ago. If I was going to get all mushy over a weapon, it should be the best blasted weapon there was. Then we'll save the naming process for when you find an axe you can actually respect. Aye. I can appreciate that. I actually own a sword with a name. Yes, I am quite a strange person. Mistress, what can you tell me of the Citadel? Being the princess, you must hold much more knowledge of it than I. Loren crossed her arms. Of course I do. The Citadel was built stone by the Great Mothers. We were once able to defend our land without it, but fools keep testing the strength of the Amazons, and so our walls were built. In our fortress we are invincible. The walls of the Citadel are impregnable, and always well defended. It's held off invasions by every ragtag banner known. You would think some militant would learn to avoid us, but the stability of our mighty home will likely continue to be tested. Such is the way of the world. I sometimes wonder why Mother doesn't send the scouts up on all our enemies, and conquer them all. Do you really think the Amazons could take over the entire world? Why not? Well, I believe they are outnumbered for one. One of our warriors could take on 1,000 of whatever excuse for a warrior anyone else has. Oh boy, she's that kind of princess. I think you would be surprised. I don't think so. A wise ruler would think. Loren snapped her mouth shut and looked away. We are done with the history lesson. Kind of feel like I pissed her off there. Anywho, right. Let's get on with our quest. So hopefully the music should be a lot quieter and you should actually be able to hear me now. Further up Mount Chronos we go. The party had climbed the mountain for days, but they had finally reached the top of Mount Chronos. It had been a long journey, but being so close to the crypt that held the ancient sword gave them the strength to press on. We're almost there. Once we find the entrance to the crypt, the sword is as good as ours. Laughter crackled through the air. The party looked around in surprise, sure that none of them had laughed. Did you hear that, or am I just imagining things? No, I heard it too. Someone's already up here. But that climb was too difficult. The mountain top should be empty. The same laughter surrounded them again, but this time they all heard where it was coming from. I've climbed the mountain and make Chronos look like an anthill. A man wearing a monk's robes stood barefoot and cross-armed at the top of the path. Who are you? Name yourself! Loren drew her sword, but the monk didn't even blink. I am Sauser, Master of the Truth. Master of Truth? You some sort of spirit sent to test our worth. Sauser laughed once more. No, I can see that very well already. It's not much, by the way. Loren grumbled and raised her sword, ready to attack. You're welcome to try, but I've trained some of the best warriors in the world. Why have you stopped us if you don't wish to battle? Stopped you? You're the ones who stopped me. I was in the middle of meditation before you came traipsing up here, breaking my concentration. Master of Truth. You are a monk of the Disciples of Truth, are you not? I am. What are you doing on top of a mountain? This is my sanctuary of solitude. Well, at least it was. My fellow monks and I are spending the season here to cleanse us from the evils of society. But then you just walk up and say hello. Oh, I forgot. Hello! The monk sighed. You're after the sword, aren't you? What do you know of the Ember Blade? What everyone knows. It was forged by the gods to give their strength to the most worthy. You're not going to fight us for it, are you? I've had enough of fighting for today. Oh no, I don't need any weapons to fight, so you're welcome to it. I won't stop you. But the Necromancers will. Necromancers? Yes, and their many pets. I think I might have forgotten something at the bottom of the mountain. I should go get it. You're staying right here, young man. Don't blow this for us. They're just skeletons and zombies. Yep. Don't worry, Dora. I'm not afraid of the undead. Just stick by me. Are those creatures really so powerful? Yes, necromancers also have life-draining spells, along with their ability to control the dead. Fighting them in their own territory is unwise. We have no choice, however. Your freedom depends on us getting that sword, and my aid will then help you get your mother. Necromancers do not frighten me. We will have the sword by sundown. You didn't tell me this was a suicide mission. In that case, never mind. By all means, continue. You're not a very nice Master of Truth. I'm warning you. If you go into that crypt right now, you'll die. I suggest you at least get warmed up by fighting the monsters on top of the mountain first. That seems like a smart move, Your Majesty. Loren stared into the distance, contemplating a decision. It was clear on her face that she wanted to waste no time and charge right into the crypt. Alphysmo joined Eleanor and whispered to her. Even with our numbers, it would do well for us to not rush into the crypt carelessly. Speak sense to her. Eleanor nodded and approached Loren. Okay, guys, I'm sticking with the romance option, sorry. Your Grace, every minute we waste is another minute that your mother is in danger. Exactly. Eleanor suddenly reached out and took her hand. Loren locked up at the feel of their skin touching. That is why we should definitely succeed within the crypt. We should take Sauser's advice and prepare before entering. They stood in silence, hand in hand. You are no use to your mother dead. Fine, we shall practice here until we are all ready to proceed. Loren gently pulled her hand from Eleanor and turned away. Ooh, she's up to 3 hearts. Yeah. I'm so sorry. Eleanor sighed in relief at Loren changing her mind and overcoming her stubbornness. Finally, you've made the right decision. My brothers and I currently guard the entrance to the crypt, so we... beg pardon? So we weren't going to let you inside until you were ready anyway. What? When you think you're ready to go in, you may spar with us. If you could defeat us, then maybe you can handle a few necromancers. Until then, don't even bother. Okay, so I've got to defeat Sauzar. There are some goblins who have made their home in the valley, whose disappearance we wouldn't mind, if you need a place to start. Thank you for all your help. Now I need to get back to my meditation. Sauzar walked off into the snow and sat by the edge of a cliff in silence. Isn't he cold? Let's get this over with. The party followed Sauzar's directions and reached the Valley of the Goblins. There, a group of goblins. Let's teach them a lesson. Won't have enough time to heal after the first battle, so be careful. Okay, into the fray. So I gotta strike with Dora. I feel like I should probably whack that wizard as fast as possible. Oh, so close. Okay, so now... okay, let's start by taking him out, because he's relatively... Cosmo, okay. Magic Blast, that neutralizes their wizard. Okay, Draco... Fireball Mark 2, actually kill him. Badly weak in those two. Wow! I'm so glad I got you Fireball 2. It's proving to be very, very nifty. Dead. Melee strike. Melee strike. Melee strike. Excellent. That battle was very quick, very easy, and I'm very happy to say that. I'm assuming that's another loggable gem. Yep, excellent. Bit more XP, and then that, and that will probably level up. Good. Another group is coming. Watch out! A Goblin Wolf Rider. Boss fight. Goblin Wolf Rider. Cool. Okay, so again, I'm going to try and kill the wizard as quickly as possible, because I feel like he's probably the most dangerous of them.
Some things never change.
So he's gone. Mark 2 Fireball.
Try this on for size.
I can't help feeling that I might have overpowered them, just in terms of that Mark 2 Fireball is doing so much damage per hit.
No good, scumsucker.
That it's just making the combat very, very easy. That's kind of alright, because I'm not playing this game for the quality of the combat, I am playing it for... Ooh, Frost Sword. That looks promising. So, still need a little bit more XP to actually level them up. We won! You did a good job, I must admit. Follow me back to the Temple of Truth. Ready to challenge me and my brothers? We are all trained in martial arts, so you won't get by so easily. We are ready, Master of Truth. We need to pass into this crypt. Okay, you can't say that I didn't warn you. Disciples, assemble! Pick 3 of your best warriors and fight against us. What? You didn't say this before. It's my temple. I make the rules. We have no time to waste. Do as he says. So, I only get to... Okay, so I need Eleanor and Loren. Given how insanely overpowered that fireball spell is, I'm leaving him in. Let's do this. Punch, punch. Right, so first, Loren, let's... him a bit.
Try this on
Fire spell. Fire spell. Fire spell! I shouldn't laugh at how ridiculously OP that is. Oh, powerless. Okay, let's just defend then. And strike.
That's your best?
Yeah.
That's your best?
And strike.
Does anyone need healing?
He was really slow. I was expecting him to be able to get off like 3 or 4 hits each time I could, but you know. Okay. Decisions. do with a taunt, but at the same time I have a feeling that healing spell is probably going to be useful, so I'm going to grab that now. There, decent bit. Okay. Enough! That's enough! I can tell you that you've grown stronger in these days since we met. You are still not as strong as I am, but you will be strong enough to fight the undead. Hey, beaten him. Got some more XP. I should have leveled up another couple of them, I think. Yeah, okay, given how insanely overpowered Fireball 2 is, Fireball 3 is probably even more insanely overpowered. So that's fabulous. Some more points in will. Now, you're an Arc Wizard. Or Arch Wizard, depending on how you want to pronounce that. Single target with earth damage. Single target with water damage. Single target with fire damage. That could be useful. I'm going to grab Healing Spell. Again, you strike me as a guy who needs lots of willpower. Now, you're a Berserker. Decisions. Sorry, just tweaking my headset slightly because it's a little uncomfortable. Okay, I'm going to get that for the simple reason that I think after I've got it I should be able to get that. Because I like a good... You know, I like a thing that'll hit multiple enemies. They tend to be quite useful. Yes, and you're going to need lots of points in strength. Okay, we're done. You may enter the crypt if you still want, and I will wish you luck in retrieving the sword. Thank you very much. We may proceed, Your Grace. Alphijma walks ahead of them and surveys the entrance. He says the magic words and the door slowly opened by itself. This will be a dark and deadly place. Be on your guard and ever vigilant. Loren nodded and bravely stepped into the darkness. I think I heard. Eek! What are those? A Necromancer with his skeletons. Be ready to fight! The Necromancer sent forward a small group of skeletons, but they were prepared for a strong attack. You've already set up. Okay, let's go back to the way I want it. Let's put her there, him there. I'm assuming it's probably largely irrelevant which order things are in the front and the back row. So she gets a strike first. There's a couple of archers who I feel it's probably wise to take them out in case they can,
try me,
you know, try and take on my mages. Sorry, hiccup. Now, getting some regeneration up would be good, so I'm going to do it now. And Fireball 3. Wow, it hits all of them. Ah, okay, so Fireball 2 is stronger, but Fireball 3 can hit all of them.
I hope this is slightly
worth doing it.
uncomfortable.
Him. Strike him. Actually, I've got that frost sword, haven't I? Probably ought to look at that. I'm quite lazy about managing my inventory in this game.
Keep up next time.
Okay, he's gone. He's taking some damage. He's taking some damage. Okay, next move is Physmos. Let's hit that guy with a bit of damage. Okay, he's defending, so we can't damage him until we've taken out everyone on the front line. Oh, he's so close to being dead. In fact, he's gone. Having that regeneration up is probably quite useful. Okay.
I showed you!
Damage him. That's a great spell, I think. Okay, let's hit the... That would definitely kill them both. Assuming that the guard doesn't block the spell, but okay.
Try this on for size.
Damage. double damage because he's guarding for this one, but that's okay. Because him taking lots of damage is fine, because now he's gone. And now he's gone.
Need healing?
Fabulous, that's victory. Nope, okay. Where's the Necromancer? You'll join my undead army soon. Darn it. I actually meant to check the inventory there. Oh well. Right, focus fire, people. Because I'm willing to bet this guy's almost certainly got resurrection spells and the like. Because the Necromancer is stupid for him not to. Okay, hit him with a paralyze. I don't think he's doing anything. Oh, and the Fireball Mark 3 is going to be taken. Yeah, the Necromancer is down. Okay, back to our old focus fire tactic. Not the most elegant, but it's pretty effective.
Learn from this.
Standard rule, when fighting lots of bad guys, gang up on one where possible. Darn it. My most useful dude's been paralysed. Disgusting magic blast. Focus everything we've got on this guy. Yeah, they're not exactly doing a lot of damage here. He could be getting a bit weak and later though.
I showed you.
Take him out. What's that actually? Rage. Stamina regeneration, that's okay. So you can actually do... okay, you're still paralysed, so you can't really do anything. I want you to defend. Defend. Strike. Wizard Blast. Strike. Okay, I'm not going to bother using a full healing spell because frankly he's not got enough life to make that move worthwhile.
Do you like me, or do you like me? You like me.
Standard short sword, excellent. The party finally stumbled upon an atrium in the centre of the crypt. A sword was lying on a slab of stone in the middle, with a stream of light pouring down in it from the ceiling. The sword! That must be it! Hush. Do not yell so loudly in this place. Loren approached the ancient relic cautiously, one hand reaching for the sword, the other still gripping her own very tightly. There appeared to be no traps, so she swiftly picked it up. The ember blade hummed in her hands as she pointed it towards the sky. Suddenly the sword began to glow. What is this? Why does it glow? She looked over at Elphismo, who was positively surprised. My princess, that sword has only glowed for the most powerful warriors whom the world has ever known, the ones who have shaped the world forever. Sousa said that the sword only gives its true strength to the most worthy. Does that mean that the gods have... Yes, the sword has recognized Loren. Loren stared in disbelief of the glowing sword in her hand. Could she possibly be the most powerful warrior in the world? Would she change the world forever? Oh, well, that's going to do wonders for her already massive ego. Actually, while I remember, I just want to have a look at this stuff. Let's start here. Standard longswords, minor frost sword. Okay, these are not as good as what I'm dealing with. Fair enough. Back to the game. It is old and broken. It has mistaken me for another. But Eleanor knew it in her heart that the sword had not chosen Loren by mistake, and wondered what the future had in store for her mistress, and if she was a part of that story. Loren had discovered the history of the ancient sword as a rumour rather than a prophecy. If she had only believed that she was destined for something greater, perhaps things would have been different. Quest complete, the Ember Blade. Excellent. And I can do some levelling up. You don't get any more points, you just get some more strength. You also don't get any abilities, so let's do that. skill. Ah, you do get another one of these. Okay. Let's so snipe. Only good on. Oh, beg pardon this evening. Only good on enemies who are weakened in some way. Okay, let's try snipe. Could be useful. Oh, you get another skill point. Excellent. Let's get the next rank of regeneration. Excellent, you do. Let's get crushing blow. And spell points of strength. Excellent, we are done. Back outside of the crypt, Loren could not contain herself. I have held up our end of the bargain. When we are back in Grimoire, you will do everything in your power to find my mother. Ah, yes, about that. Loren stopped in her tracks and scowled, unsure if she was about to use the sword that she had just acquired. The whereabouts of your mother are already known to me, but I needed you to agree to my terms. You've known this whole time? Think of it this way. You don't have to wait but a moment for me to search for her. You now already know that I do not need to search. You lied to me. If I had told you the truth, you have never agreed to help. Instead, you would have run off to find your mother. I do not like being lied to. Tell me where my mother is, now! Karen, your mother, was seen in a town outside of Grimoire with a man. A man? Who? I do not know who, but I do know that they were both headed north, towards the swamps. Loren's stomach descended upon hearing this. The great swamps are a very dangerous region that no one dared to venture into because of how untamed it was, but Loren had no choice. Then I am headed towards the swamps. My grace, are you sure? I know of the dangers. You promised to put your life on the line for my cause, didn't you? Eleanor stiffened from being challenged. I would gladly give you my life, no matter the cause. Loren's eyes faltered. Well, good. We need to return to Grimoire first. The Empire needs to know of our friend Firestarter's crystal. Hey, it wasn't mine. Don't tell them it was mine. You are in no danger of being imprisoned again. You have all more than earned your freedom, even your citizenship, if the sword returns safely to the Empire's hands. Although, the old magician's eyes lingered on the amber blade in Loren's sheath. Never mind. You should regather yourselves in this civilized town for supplies and rest. The lizard men of the swamps are no laughing matter. I shall lead the way. My mother is in danger, and we cannot waste any more time. After defeating the evil crypt and earning the respect of the Empire, there was only one thing left on Loren's mind, and that was saving her mother from whatever man held her captive in the swamps. The sword would sing to her while she slept, planting the seed of doubt that it would not glow for just anyone. She refused to accept the role the sword had given her, so the world would have to force it upon her in time. Even if they had avoided the wrath of the elves on this single journey, the first great war between the elves and the humans could not be stopped. They travelled uneventfully back to Grimoire to rest. Okay, I think that is an excellent point at which to finish up this recording session. So thank you very much for watching video number 5, and I'll see you in number 6.